All right, so today I want to talk to you about something that's really personal to me, and I usually wouldn't share these types of things on social media, but I feel like in this case, it might help you. It might help someone else out there that's watching these videos to realize that you're not the only one that finds yourself in this situation. And when you know that other people out there are dealing with some of the same things that you're dealing with, it gives you some idea of, hey, maybe other people are doing this. Maybe I can talk with them and find out how do you navigate this issue? How do you deal with this problem, right? So that's why I'm sharing this, because it's something that I've been dealing with now probably for the last 2 years. And I don't think it's gotten worse, but it's definitely something that's been a constant. And it can, really make you uneasy. It can make you feel less confident about yourself because you're having this issue. Now, the issue that I'm talking about is an issue that could definitely cause me problems in my business, could potentially cause me not to have a business, because my business is about communicating. When we're talking to shippers, we're communicating, we're talking with them, exploring opportunities, right? When I come here and talk to you guys on YouTube, I'm talking and sharing with you my journey. So when it comes down to business, communication is at the top of that list. So when you are having problems communicating, that could cause you some serious problems if you are in the world that I live in, right? And I think that's pretty much for most of us. If you got communication issues, it could cause some serious issues for you in the job that you're currently doing. What is this issue that I'm talking about? Well, over the last couple of years, what I've been dealing with is I can be in mid-conversation, having a conversation with you one-on-one, and I know exactly what I'm going to say. I know the thoughts that are in my mind, but I can't articulate those thoughts because I forget what it is that I'm going to say, right? So I'm having a conversation with a shipper. We're talking, having a seamless conversation, and then boom, I just totally forget in mid-sentence what am I going to say. Now that can be really embarrassing. It makes you feel uneasy, less confident, of course, because you're not confident in your ability to be able to articulate your thoughts. And that causes problems for people who communicate for a living, right? So I can also be in a situation where I say, okay, I know that there's something that I want out of the refrigerator, right? So I get up and I go into the kitchen. But once I get into the kitchen, I have no idea what I went into the kitchen for. Now, if I look and see the refrigerator, I say, oh, I was going in the refrigerator. Now my memory is jarred and I know what I was going in it for. Or let's just say I'm on the computer. I'm already sitting at the computer, so I don't have to get up and go there. And I want to go to Google and Google something. Well, if I go to the computer and I do something else before I Google whatever it is that I'm going to Google, that's a wrap. I can't recall it. I can't get it back. Now, if I sit there for a minute, it might come back to me. It might not. It might come back later on in the day. It's a struggle because that's every day. That's not something that happens, every now and again, once in a couple of months. That's something that happens every single day. And again, I haven't noticed it, that it's gotten any worse, and I certainly don't want it to get any worse. So I try and find ways to deal with it myself. For example, I just kind of rely on saying, hey, you just got to focus really hard on what it is that you're doing. And sometimes I practice. I go over and over and over again what I'm going to say before I key up the mic, before I call someone. I know exactly what I want to say before I make that call. And then I still forget sometimes. But I notice that if I go over it and go over it and go over it and keep going over it, I stand a better chance of being able to get through that conversation. But it is certainly a struggle. Being able to keep things in chronological order, right? And speak about those things. That's very, very difficult because it always seems to get out of order. I may say something that I intended to say down the road or say it up, earlier. And now I'm having a problem trying to navigate the conversation, where I'm supposed to go from here because things are out of order, right? So it's a struggle. It's a real struggle. And I know that I'm not dealing with this problem alone. I know that there are other people out there that deal with this type of situation. And I wonder, what do you ladies do when you have these type of episodes? When this situation pops up, how do you deal with it? Is it just about focusing? Is it about practicing? What is it that you do to kind of navigate these types of issues with your memory? Because, of course, that gives you thoughts in your mind like, man, am I losing, my mind? Am I losing my memory? Is it just like a short-term memory loss that I'm dealing with? What exactly is this? And you can say, hey, I can go to the doctor and see this specialist or that specialist, but, I did go to the doctor and mention that one time, and it was like, okay, when you sleep at night, do you sleep with your cell phone beside you? And it was just like a whole lot of stuff to me that didn't have anything to do with memory issues that I was having. So I kind of felt like it was just like some check the block type thing, and I didn't give it much effort, the things that they were asking me to do, because I didn't feel like it was helping, right? I just didn't see the benefit of it, so I didn't do it. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I would love to know, those of you that experience these issues with memory loss, being able to have thoughts on your mind and articulate those thoughts. If you have trouble with that, I would love to know, what do you do about that? Thanks so much for listening today. I hope that if you're having these issues, you're finding ways to get around it, to get through it. And I hope it's not taking over your life and making you feel like you're inefficient, like you don't quite have it, like it's just like you're always at a loss for words, right? I hope you don't feel that way. But if you do, let us know how you're dealing with it. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Till the next time, see you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.